How would you react if someone urinated on you mid-flight?
An angry passenger is taking United Airlines to court after having to endure an entire flight in urine-soaked clothing. According to the victim, staff allowed a visibly drunk passenger to sit next to him who allegedly reeked of alcohol. As the plane took off, the drunk passenger reportedly pulled out his genitals and urinated on the victim's leg. The victim is now suing for assault, negligence, and breach of contract. Should the airline have issued an emergency landing to address the situation? Was the victim's health truly at risk?
What's interesting is the drunk passenger claims no recollection. He does remember, this passenger does remember having at least 4 rum and cokes before boarding.
But that'll do it, but I mean, like, pulling it out, and like, who would do that?
That's nasty.
What do you do in that situation? You're sitting there, the dude next to you whips out his penis. Well, what, I mean, the thing is, no, but if you punch, I guarantee you, when the plane lands, you'll go to prison. That's the irony of the situation is, sometimes your hands are tied because, I mean, that's what's crazy about this circumstance.
Your seat.
You can't touch it, like point it the other way, because that's so what? I don't get it.
How could he have just sat there and let this guy do this to him?
Because he was probably in shock.
Are you victim shaming?
Yes.
Well, no, but I'm just so shocked that he would
let him.
I mean, if I see some guy, whip it out, I'm like, out of there.
How do you get out, though? You're trapped. If you reach to the window and a guy is drunk, how are you going to get out of there? We're not that nimble anymore, Drew. I can tell you, I have a hard time getting out when the seats are empty.
You can climb over him, but... Well, anyways, he's involved in a lawsuit with the airline, right?
Assault, negligence, breach of contract, and emotional distress.
If the gentleman's guzzling rum and cokes before he gets on the airline, that is the person at fault. And look, I don't know what happened on that airplane, but I'm assuming the flight attendants are also like, I don't know what the heck to do here. I mean, in fairness, that's just a weird situation. And what about the dude who did it? Is he just hanging out like, woo, no recollection, baby?
Well, he doesn't care.
Give me a rum and coke.
I would guess he's somewhere right now drinking rum and coke.
He may be. Well, I'll tell you what. People drink all hours of the day at airports, and a lot of times they may throw back a couple drinks, not be that drunk, sit down in their seat, airline takes off, and now you're in the air, and then it hits them.
Yep, that's a good point.
That happens.
I mean, he may have checked in, walked by the flight attendant, checking him in at the door, got in his seat, and then boom, it's like...
I mean, you don't just like take off like that. He pulled his...
Well, that's when I know what Drew would do. He'd be like, hold on, let me go into my bag. He'd grab out a urinary catheter. You'd probably cath the guy.
I'd whack the guy in the head is what I would do.
Travis said you can't do that. You're going to go to jail.
Drew, you can't do that.
You can't hit people.
You can't do anything anymore.
Well, you can like push him away, like don't pee on me, dude.
I don't know that you can, buddy. You're between a penis and a window.